The Century Media Podcast.
Hi, this is Dino Gazares from the group Divine Heresy, and welcome to the Century Media Podcast on the record. Our new album is called Bringer of Plagues. We started writing this record sometime last year. We did a lot of touring for Bleed the Fifth, and so me and Tim were pretty much on fire after all the year and a half of touring. And we came up with a lot of ideas while we were on the road, and a lot of just humming guitar riffs, and whenever we got sound checks, we always jammed riffs ideas. So basically, when we got into the studio, we started writing for the album. Unfortunately, Joe Payne lives in Atlanta, so a lot of the time he wasn't there for the writing. So me and Tim just started coming up with all these ideas, and it was really exciting because Tim's obviously a very insane drummer, and jamming with Tim was just a really big influence on the rest of the band because his writing style is pretty much chaotic, and so I had to pretty much tame the beast when it came to drum parts. But Tim's a phenomenal drummer, and so writing with him definitely, this record is an influence on I think on all of us. Pretty much had an influence on the writing. Joe Payne, when he would come in and out of LA, would come in and lay down some riffs, and it worked out really well. So the combination of me, Joe, and Tim writing the stuff obviously was a natural progression for it to go much more extreme than Bleed the Fifth. And the tempos of the songs are a lot faster. The riffs are definitely more brutal, more intricate. Joe Payne definitely is the first time he played bass on any records, on any of the Divine Heresy records, and just his influence and his bass style really helped a lot. Obviously, we have a new singer named Travis Neal. We fired our last singer, a lot of reasons. So we were out there searching for the next up and comer, and Travis pretty much beat out over 100 different guys who auditioned for the band. And he's an amazing singer, and the guy is very talented. He's actually from San Diego, California, and so he's a lot closer for us, because a lot of the guys who auditioned for us were out of the countries and stuff like that. So we kind of wanted somebody who was in California. It was just a lot easier to have someone close to us, living close to us to work with us. So Travis, definitely stepped up his game. He came up with all the lyrics for the album. He fit right in with us naturally. That was one of the main things that we wanted to see how it was, when we were finding a singer, to see how, how he would work with us, as far as writing, and we wanted to see how he would get along with us on tour. So we actually booked some dates and we took him on tour, and we wanted to make sure that he was a hard worker just like the rest of us, and wanted to make sure that he was able to, be comfortable touring in the van and being gone for, a year every record. And we wanted to make sure that he can handle basically the rigorous demands on the road, and he passed all those tests. And so Travis Neal is our newest singer, and he just definitely stepped it up, and like I said again, he would fit really naturally. We chose Logan Mader to do this record again. We chose Logan Mader and Lucas Banker for the production team. It's called Dirty Icon. And we feel really comfortable with Logan. I worked with him on a lot of stuff. On Rotor and All Stars, I worked on with him with the Assassino record. I did all the Divine Heresy recordings with him. I did the first Divine Heresy record with him, and it was kind of only, it was easy, and it was like really comfortable. He's one of those guys that knows what we want. He's a guitar player, he's a songwriter. He's also been in Machine Head and Soulfly and numerous of other bands, and his production skills are amazing. He's done a lot of bands. He's done Five Finger Death Punch and numerous of other bands. So he definitely understood us and the direction we were trying to go, and he understood on how to, push the best out of all of us, which is not really hard for him. He also works with this guy named Lucas Banker. He's a great, he helps out definitely with melodies and song ideas, and as far as vocals, and he definitely helped Travis a lot on this record, as well as our previous singer. And like I said, Logan's just one of those guys who knows what we want, and he knows how to get it. So that's why we chose him to work on it. One of the funny things that happened was when Joe was going to actually do his bass tracks. He loaded up the van with all his bass gear. He had his brand new basses, and he had his brand new bass gear, and he's driving to the studio. He's actually was all psyched. It's his first time playing on a Divine Heresy record, and he was driving to the studio, and I said, please don't crash the van. And what happens? He crashes the van on the way to the studio. He wasn't hurt, but it was just kind of funny that, I actually said that, and he did crash. So that was probably the only weird, funny thing that happened, during the recording. Everything else was pretty much smooth. Everybody knew their parts. Everybody knew what they were going to do. We did a lot of pre-production for the album, and it just ran really smoothly. A lot of the lyrics were kind of written, Divine Heresy kind of has a little bit of a theme going on. Divine Heresy, actually, what it means is divine in biblical terms means like godlike, and heresy in biblical terms actually means something that's against that. So we kind of like, to us, Divine Heresy is kind of like the good and evil in everything. And so we kind of like try to sing a little bit of topics that are regarding that. Like one of the songs was called Letters to Mother, which is about a serial killer that actually went out and like raped and fucked this little girl and then killed her and ate her. And then he wrote a letter to her mother, which is what he did, which is pretty sick. So we thought that was pretty interesting to talk about. And one of the songs on the record is called The Battle of J. Casey, which is actually Travis's friend who actually, gave him things to write about. And it's kind of like the personal strife that Travis's friend went through, from basically rags to riches, and just, how he overcame basically, a lot of the things that happened to him when he was a younger kid to how positive his life is now. And, we've sung about that stuff in the past, and we like singing about it on this record, the light at the end of the tunnel, kind of thing, where it's like negative but positive outcome. And also we have the theme of, in the biblical sense, the bringer of plagues. What that means is, obviously for us, that means like us spreading our music like a plague out to everybody else. But in biblical terms, we on the cover it has this locust swarming around, and when you look in the Bible, there's always the locust come and basically devour and basically kill everything that's in sight. And we kind of wanted to kind of use that just because it kind of fit with the concept of what Divine Heresy is about. The album cover was actually done by this guy named Anthony Clarkson, who actually works for Century Media, and he designed one of our t-shirts on the first album, and we really like his design, so we asked him to do the album cover, and he we just gave him a few different ideas, and he really came up with something really cool, and we just thought it fit perfectly with what we were trying to sing about, and it fit with the image of the band. Basically our goals for this album is just to, obviously go out there and, and try to play for as many people as we possibly can. That was one of the things, for us on the first album. We did, 30 plus records here in America, thanks to a great label like Century Media helping us out with that, and, with our great management team that put us on some great tours, and we really went out there and we busted our ass. I think that, with the new record, we did 3,000 plus first week record sales, which is a really great achievement for us, and we're very, very happy, especially this day and age where it's really hard to sell CDs. And we can't wait to get back out on the road and play this in front of everybody. And for sure that everyone's going to be really happy once they pick up the album. And I think that, when we're out there playing in front of all the kids, it's one of the things that really that we all love as a band, is just out there performing live, for everybody.
Oh yeah, make sure you check out the brand new album Bringer of Plagues from the band Divine Heresy. And right now let's check out a track from that album. It's the track Facebreaker. Take it away, Dino.
Hi, this is Dino Cazares from the group Divine Heresy, and you're listening to the Century Media Podcast.